going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host, and welcome to the Lone Doctrine, the food for thought exploration station and your place in making today better than yesterday. Today, I'd like to discuss some actionable and practical ways we can practice becoming better listeners. If you're just tuning in, what's up? And I invite you to go back into the archives to an abundant flow of food for thought in making today better than yesterday. So, when we take into account that hearing is very different from listening, and we mix it with being honest with ourselves, how often are we actually listening? Are we really engaged when we're communicating with others? Here are some signs that tell us otherwise. If you're in a conversation where all that's being said is a ping pong method, that's called a debate. If you're just waiting your turn, caught up in your response, you're not really listening. This has been a concept that I've worked on, and sometimes it comes in the best of ways. When I've been in conversations with people and they're telling me their hardships and my go-to was to fix, this was a clear sign that I might not be listening as intently as I should. I was so caught up in wanting to give them resolutions, tell them what they could do, shouldn't do, etc. But then I realized that although good intended, it was one, unwarranted most of the time, and I wasn't giving sound advice because I'd get caught up in my response mid-story. The best advice I've ever been able to share with others is listening, being empathetic, and then, if asked, supporting in any way I could. This can go one of two ways. The way I just mentioned, or when conversations start to get heated, you can get caught up in your response of wanting to prove a point, to defend yourself, state your opinion. But in the end, where does all of that get you? If you actually see most conversations for what they are, it's not until you get to the point of truly listening to each other that the conversation becomes constructive and productive. How much time do we waste just hearing and responding? A lot. You know what's crazy? It's shown that only about 10% of people listen effectively. Now, before you take that crazy fact and run with it and think during your next conversation with someone, this person is most likely not listening to me, give yourself and that person the benefit of the doubt. The more aware we become, the more we can lead by example, and nothing is more contagious than action. Empathetic listening is an essential skill and one of the best ways to connect with one another. The great news is that we can all improve upon this skill each and every day. So if listening is so essential, why do we not listen? The fact is, that answer is very multi-layered. It could be the constant position of who's right and who's wrong. You're too busy to listen because you're defending the truth. It could be blame. We all know about the blame game. It could be that we feel we've been disrespected, victimized, or our trust has been broken. So we get caught up in the pain, the hurt, and the suffering and feeling sorry for ourselves. It could be that we've become selfish and self-absorbed. We keep it real here at the Lone Doctrine. I'm not accusing anyone of anything, but our best life comes when we're honest with ourselves. You may or may not be a selfish or self-absorbed individual, but there could be times where those character traits have been present in a momentary situation. You wanted what you wanted and possibly became defiant, confrontational, and have forgot what others may be thinking or feeling. My hand is raised. There have been times where I'm so stuck in my way that I can't see the forest past the trees. It's then I learn, I grow, and I take the opportunity towards betterment. These are just some of the things that make it so conversations become a one-way street when it's meant to be a two-way street. Time is something we can't get back. And if we treat each other's time as a precious commodity, you will become part of the solution in making this world, this moment, a better place. So how will you become a more empathetic listener? You are the change. If you found value in the Lone Doctrine, we would be so grateful for your support. We've partnered up with Patreon, which is a place where you can help us stay on air and keep our doors open in supporting our listeners in making today better than yesterday. Thank you for your consideration, your support, and a very special thank you to our current Patreons who make the Lone Doctrine possible. We hope to see you at patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. patreon.com/Lone Doctrine. Until next time, keep fighting the good fight.
It's